Welcome back to the Golden Spoon Podcast. I'm Jeremy.
Hey, and I'm McCall.
How are y'all doing this evening, morning, night, afternoon, dinner time, evening? What's another? I'm skipping something. Evening, there's breakfast, lunch, dinner. Maybe it's just dinner and supper.
Dusk and dawn.
Dusk and dawn, yeah. Evening. Oh, it's evening and night. Like evening to me is a little bit before the night.
Yeah.
Do you say supper or dinner? This might be a South thing. People are probably laughing right now. They're like, what is supper?
Sometimes I think I catch myself and I say like dinner or supper. Like,
See, I like to think of supper as a little bit more earlier and just casual, and dinner's like 7 to 8-ish, and it's a little bit more
or like 10
formal.
o'clock.
Yeah, like if you have friends over or whatever, it's like, hey, let's have some dinner.
Yeah.
Well, if it's you and the kids or something, just be like, hey, you ready for supper?
Right. Let's go get some supper.
Yeah. And I always got made fun of for saying breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's break fast or whatever, however y'all were supposed to. And kindergarten.
Kindergarten. Breakfast.
Breakfast at kindergarten. I know.
So with all this, we're talking about time management and time.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So that's why we kind of had that discussion about
Because we run out of time a lot.
days and nights and mornings and what are the
Yeah.
appropriate times to call things. And
I like to think of something that can't be created. Some people say it can be bought or sold, but I like to say like as far as an extension of your actual time. But yeah, time can't be created. We all have a set limit of days right now. When you're born, you don't know when you're going to pass. So between that time and then the time you take your last breath, there's time. I've already used timed in the sentence. Time's everywhere. But but it is. It's literally like
it's happening right now as you listen to us.
Yeah, people say that you shouldn't live in yesterday and you shouldn't look into tomorrow. It's talking about time. You're wasting time. If I've heard the expression, if you have 1 foot in yesterday and 1 foot in tomorrow, then you're pissing on today. So really, you're wasting your time away on today.
I've heard, yesterday is the past and tomorrow is the future, but that's why they call today the present, because it's
A gift. Yeah.
Yes, I love that saying. So don't, give your present away. Don't give your gift, don't ruin your gift.
I know. I always forget that. There's especially like with problems. Like if I can't do anything about it then and there, if I can't fix that problem, if I'm driving down the road and I'm worried about a $20,000 loan that I took out 10 years ago, which I didn't, that I know of, I'm worrying about stuff that I can't fix. I can't fix it while I'm driving down the road. So I should enjoy that time that I have, because who knows when I get off that exit or if I make that next turn, that could be my last time driving. So why not just play some music, enjoy it? Because we're not guaranteed to make it home. I know it sounds bad. It sounds like gloom and doom and death, but we're not.
We're not.
None of us is guaranteed tomorrow. None of us is guaranteed through the night. So
yeah, there are plenty of stories where people have like, said their good nights, and that other person didn't wake up to say good morning. So
you never think about it until it's already gone.
Yeah. And so time management falls on the, with our, this being a mental health and personal growth podcast, of course, this falls more on both sides, but more your personal growth, helping your mental health out, like helping that get better. So personal growth in time management is where this kind of falls to help out with any mental side of things.
To utilize the most time that you have, and then like McCall was saying, to do it in a sane way. There's ways that you can try to get more time out of the day, but you're going to be a nervous wreck and stressing yourself out because you feel like you didn't accomplish a task that you set for yourself earlier that morning. So that's going to put you into more stress. But if you done right and correctly, and practiced continuously every day, that's another thing, is sticking to it. That's probably, I mean, I've probably done several of these things that we're going to be talking about, but I've never stuck to any of them. You know, I felt good for a few days and kept going or whatever, but then I slowly slipped back into my own ways of either being lazy or not wanting to write something down or, you know, pushing it up. Procrastination is my biggest, you know. I missed that meeting. But no way. They put it off till next week. The procrastinator meeting?
Yeah.
Yeah, they put that off.
So, you know how we always talk about, like, socking a shoe and brushing our teeth and things like that?
Mm-hmm.
I recently got a toothbrush that has an app with it, and you brush your teeth each time, and it gives you a little calendar with a check mark on it each time you brush your teeth, and it cuts off when your toothbrush session is done. So I now know how long I am supposed to brush my teeth for. It's 2 minutes.
Wow.
But yeah, it's a 2-minute brush, and once you're done, it'll check off each. It has a morning section and a night section.
What happens if you forget a day? Does your toothbrush track you down? And
No, it just has a little X, which pisses me off because
some iRobot?
No, but it gives a little X, and that always pisses me off because you've lost your brushing streak. You also can earn points from this brush, which is really cool.
What?
And you can, like, get more toothpaste or more brush heads every time you...
I kind of needed that because I was out of toothpaste. So if my toothbrush ordered me some toothpaste, I wouldn't have ran out.
You have to earn them. This is
Earn the points,
That's
yeah.
probably the one downside, but, you know, the toothpaste is like $5 like regular toothpaste is, whatever it is, and brush heads are only like $5 to replace them. So it's not that bad. It's a pretty cool system, but time management is really good for that because I'm like, I never know how long. Anytime I brush my teeth, I felt like I overbrushed or spent too much time in the morning on brushing my teeth because I wanted to make sure I got everything. And so this little brush, sorry, I'm on a rabbit trail, but
No, go ahead.
This little brush
sounds amazing.
just helps me brush my teeth for the exact amount of time, and then after it cuts off automatically once the session is over. I just put it back.
I mean, it fits in well with the episode because, like you said, you could have been brushing your teeth for 5 minutes, so you've gained an extra 3 minutes of your life every day because of this toothbrush.
Yeah.
Same thing with your hands. You're supposed to wash your hands for 20 seconds or 25 seconds,
I guess.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that I probably wouldn't save any time. You know, if I can probably add more time. I think I'd do a little quick wash.
Yeah.
You know, everyone always does a little spot clean. You scrub, and then once you see that one spot that you had on your hand,
or once you
clean,
feel like there's no more soap on your hand, you're like, okay, you just noticed that happening, right?
Yeah.
The light apparently does this all the time.
Changed
color
settings on us. Now we're a little brighter,
which is a little odd.
No, it's fun. It just brightened our day. So, besides teeth brushing, why do they call it a teeth brush? Just notice that.
You're brushing each singular tooth, so it's a
toothbrush. Okay.
But actively you're brushing your teeth.
Besides
brushing your
teeth brushing with a toothbrush, what other areas of your life do you think you could utilize some more time in? Whether it be at work, driving.
You know, with management of time, I feel like I'm pretty good. Like when it comes to driving, I always get on like Google or whatnot and see where the fastest route is.
Where's the wrecks?
Yeah, where the wrecks are.
Yeah.
And I try to work my way around that, especially when I'm working and stuff like that, you know, when I have to be on time for deliveries and things like that. With like my day, I have FOMO. Like I have fear of missing out. So like I feel like I'm going to miss out on something important or something like that. So sometimes I can manage on like 4 hours, 5 hours of sleep and get up, you know, begrudgingly in the morning, but like I'll get up and I'll stay awake into those later or earlier hours of the morning, and nothing will happen. I'm just, up, and I'm like, all right, well, I didn't miss out on anything. It's time to go to bed.
Yeah.
It's like,
I guess it's safe to go to bed now.
and it's like, I don't know why I do
They're
that.
not
but
giving away $500,000 checks in my neighborhood. It's time to take a nap.
Time to take a quick little nap.
As soon as you go to doze off, ding dong. Oh, did I miss it?
Publishers Clearinghouse, what?
Well, I think my afternoons and evening, like after I get home from work, like I have so many like goals I think of at work, like on the way home, and I feel slightly motivated, at least mentally motivated to do them. And then like on the way home or by the time I get home, especially when I'm here, I'm just overwhelmed because I'm not organized. So that it actually wastes more time because I'm trying to remember what I wanted to do, or I'm working on something that I just randomly saw that needs to be fixed, and I'm all over the place. So for me, I would like to think sometimes in the afternoon, or more in the afternoons than anything, that I would like to utilize more time. So with that, some things I think that could help us if we delegate our task, whether it's you're breaking them down from like biggest to smallest, or due dates to no due dates, when they need to be accomplished.
Or like, how much of a problem is it? Say like, you have
Priority.
Yeah, your priorities. So, you have a water leak versus like,
Yeah.
I don't know, my oil change.
Yeah, or need to clip your nails.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a tree on your house versus, you got to go pick up your contacts.
Right.
Obviously, you need to probably pull the limb out of your eye before you go pick up your contacts.
Right. Hopefully your current contacts will still be good enough to see the chainsaw, cutting through the limb.
So, delegating tasks. And I think also falling in, like, making yourself aware of the task. Because I think sometimes people don't even realize that there's tasks that need to be done until, like, they just literally just sneak up on them and it's too late, or they're just rushing to get it done. So realizing what needs to get done and then delegating an order of how it needs to be done. And I guess it kind of rolls over into the next one, was prioritizing your work. Like you said, if you got a splinter in your toe and a tree on your house, probably take the tree off the house first. I don't know, maybe remove the splinter first and then take the tree off. Because, the house ain't going anywhere.
The house, yeah. And it all just comes down to like doing homework, for the people out there who are still in school and whatnot, getting, like you said, due dates, getting those things done that are needed to be due by this point, versus like, it happened again.
Yep. The light is cycling through all the whites, I think.
Which is really random, but that's okay.
That's fine. We're going to roll with it. We'll just constantly change complexion throughout this episode. It seems like we're really bright right now.
Real white.
Oh, yeah. Real white.
No, but getting those things done before the due dates. I know plenty of people who try to get up on their homework and things like that before it's due. Like, I know I was a procrastinator when I was in school and things like that. So I would procrastinate up until like the last day. And be like, all right, now it's time to do this.
Sometimes the morning of is due in fourth block, and you're starting it in first block.
Oh yeah, I've done some of those things, and I was like really scrambling because everybody brought in their what was it? There was a cereal box assignment. My senior year, we had to bring in a cereal box for like American history.
Oh, okay.
And
I thought you were going with like a milk carton type of thing, like Lost Kids.
No. We had to bring in a cereal box.
Draw your own picture.
For history, and I was like, "Oh God, that's today," and everybody else had their cereal boxes, and I was like, "Shit." So literally found two magazine holders, the ones that look like cut in half but still have the box shape.
Yeah.
I literally took two of those. I said, well, these magazines are going somewhere. And I taped these magazine holders together. And then I literally went to the library and I was like, started editing stuff and making it look nice. So when I printed off the page, I could just slap it on there. And so when I got to like third or fourth period, I had it done. I was like, I asked my first period teacher, like, hey, can I go to the library? Can I not do this class today? And they're like, yeah, sure. So I was like, cool. I made it to my second period and I was like, hey, can I also go to the library? I have something very important that I have to do. And they're like, I really don't want to let you go, but sure, you can go. So I was like, cool, I can go right back to work and I want to.
Sweet. I didn't even have to sign out.
Yeah.
It's still logged into the computer.
Well, I first thought I was going to run to Walmart and just buy a box of cereal and then have to come back to school late
Yeah.
and figure that out. But I was like, no, I can. But yeah, just do the stuff when it needs to be done.
I can think of several instances in school where I've procrastinated for work or for like classwork to get done. I made it though. I mean, I graduated.
Yeah.
3.65 GPA.
There you go. Yeah.
All by myself. Anyway, after you've delegated your task and prioritized them, you need to create a schedule.
Oh, yes.
Look at your calendar. I mean, pretty much kind of like what we've been talking about. Yeah, our planner / calendar / schedule.
Yeah, we.
It helps because I've never been a scheduler.
I live.
This guy is.
I live by that thing now.
And that's why our podcast works and is so successful, and we're listened to in so many countries, is because he knows how to schedule, and I know how to sit here and do absolutely nothing because that's what I've done my whole life.
No, you have helped out tremendously. Well, speaking of, real quick, just to go on a very small rabbit trail, thank you to all those people who are listening out into the other countries. Thank you for people who are in the United States and listening to us. Tell us how you found us. We always want you to tell us how you found us or what brought you to the Golden Spoon podcast, because we're very curious people and want to know why.
The first country to drop a comment
on Instagram
will get a shout out.
Yeah, on Instagram.
If you go to Instagram, the Golden Spoon podcast,
on our most recent
the most recent episode, yes. Whoever comments on it first, that country will get a shout out, and we'll message you back. If you want to have your name shout out, we might even go that far as well. Put a little competition out there.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see because I know we got a bunch.
Yeah, we have a pretty large following in some other countries too, besides the United States. Yeah. So
there's the United States is falling behind in some areas. Some of the countries are just flying past y'all.
Yeah.
So after you made your you grabbed your little hefty calendar and jotted down all your tasks that you've delegated and prioritized. You like how I just threw all those steps together.
Right, yeah.
That's good. Really that was good for me, man.
Yeah, that was very good.
Being an English failure that I am. A lot of people say like English grad or English master.
English failure.
So after all that, you need to overcome procrastination. What we've been talking about.
Shit. I really hate that.
I mean, it's just like you
hard.
said,
it's
like
hard.
It's just like the cereal box. You have to overcome it. And I think once you do those other 4 first, you lay it all out in a calendar, it makes it a little bit more easier to get over that procrastination because you have an actual list. That's one thing I have done before is like wrote down a little notepad I kept of like things I need to get done.
Yeah.
And it's so satisfying to mark it off when you complete it. You feel so accomplished when you do that. So that's something you can try to like motivate yourself to help get over the procrastination. It's like, hey, I get to accomplish something today.
You get to scratch it out.
Yeah.
I mean, if you wanted to like break those tasks apart, like especially if it's for work or school, like if it's building something big, all right, we'll take the first few steps and put it in this day. Take the next few steps and put it in this day. Whether it be, let's take an essay, for example. Take Monday. I don't know.
We know I took a burger or something. Like, why we got to go straight to English? I just said I failed.
I know you failed it, but hear me out. You have to find your topic. So let's say Monday you're going to find what you're going to write about. Let's put Tuesday on our schedule and say we're going to find sources that help with our topic.
I hate sources.
Let's say Wednesday you make your thesis. Let's say Thursday.
Kind of making me sick to my stomach.
I know. You're cringing over here.
Yeah, we could have talked about science or anything else besides this.
Okay,
No, I'm just kidding. No, keep going. We're already on the thesis now. Jeez, I already had a bit of my sources. I'm already invested.
Then you write your first paragraph or something you're going to turn into your teacher. Your rough draft, and then Friday let's write a second paragraph. So you already have your intro and your second paragraph, and you've compacted all these things, and now you can look back and be like, okay, I've done all these things to delegate where these tasks are going to go.
Yeah.
And then Monday, or Tuesday, the paper's due, and you already have your couple of paragraphs written.
And half your sanity gone.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. It's not that bad. I just make it that bad because I never liked English, even though I speak it not properly. It's probably why. But after
you deal with the procrastination and you do not procrastinate, which is one of my things.
I think a lot of people struggle with that. We need to do probably an episode of just procrastination.
Yeah,
but we'll wait.
We'll wait. We're gonna We're gonna put that one off.
Also, after you got over the procrastination, which is going to be a biggie, deal with stress the correct way. So speaking of that, like when you're doing all these things, especially as your first time doing it, trying to manage your time, you're going to get stressed at it. Realize you're getting stressed at it. Step away from it. Go fish. Go for a hike. Go exercise. Go run.
Go meditate.
Punch a tree. Meditate. Yeah, that's fine.
Meditation, I think, is better than punching a tree.
There's some movie or whatever. The guy went like fist pumping in the air out in the middle of the forest, and he was like fist rage, just like screaming. It was a comedy. I forgot what it was, but recognize your stress because we're doing this to have the best time, the most time out of each day to live a happy, healthier life so we can have more time at the end of our life. So if we're stressing ourselves out about time management, stress decreases a lifespan.
Right.
So if you're trying to time manage and then you took 5 years off your life in the process, what was the point of time management in the first place? Yeah. So realize if you're getting stressed and, just take a step back.
I saw a thing somebody did on a TV show, and they put out a ruler, and it had 1 through like 85 or 90 on there, and it was a life ruler, and this person had people step on the year that they're what am I trying to say?
That they're born?
No, step
that they
on
died?
That they're the age that they are. There we go. That took me a while. Step on the age that you are currently and look forward and see how many years you have left. And it's like the average lifespan of a man is this, and the average lifespan of a woman is this. So you got, a set of men and women to step on their different their age, and look forward and be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, how can I manage my time up until maybe that point, and it's like, it's wild to think about.
Can almost, for some of them too, is turn around and look back.
Oh yeah, if they would have made them look back
and realize with time management what could have changed,
Yeah.
Not it would have like gained where they were now. You can't change your age by that, but still, you're looking back and you're like 40 years. You're sitting there looking at this ruler, and you're like, man, I remember doing this. I remember doing that. Not saying that not a lot of people would change a lot of things in their lives, because I wouldn't. I made a lot of mistakes and, wish I could change them, but I wouldn't change them because I wouldn't be who I am right now sitting next to you.
Right, correct.
But don't get me wrong, there's times I would have liked to have had better time management rather than making a bad choice. I would have, definitely would have liked to have an extra 30 minutes, every day rather than me stressing and running around the house like I said earlier. That's good, yeah. I would like to try to do something like that. Put a big giant ruler, or like draw one out or something on a stage and have several different people look at it, and like have some elderly, they're right there at the 70 mark, and then have people like in their 30s.
People like in their teens,
look ahead.
people in their 50s. I want to see what they're different.
And then after that, have like some of the older talk to the younger, like, because they're looking ahead and looking that person stand on that 70 mark, and then have that one come and talk. And it's like, collaborate with them. Like,
have that connection.
But,
Oh
hey,
my god, because time is always moving forward. We're never going. We're never like going. We can never go back in time.
as far as I know.
As far as I know, because if we would, we've had this conversation. We would already met we would have already met ourselves.
You agree with me?
Yes.
If time travel exists, everyone would know it because we would already have seen it. So that's why I know time travel doesn't happen in my lifetime. As long as I'm alive on this earth, as long as Jeremy Blanchard exists, time travel doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Because if it does, even if I was 80 years old and time travel, it happens when I'm 80, so many years now down the future, I would have visited myself already.
Right. I would have.
So I've already run on. So it's just like people don't think that deep into it, but like you're here, and if you haven't seen it by now, it's never going to happen in your lifetime. And it's sad to think about, but it may never happen. I don't know. Time travel may be totally impossible, but anyway.
But it's always moving forward, yes. And so we can never go back. We can always, especially if we're looking at time as a whole.
Yeah.
You're just a little dot on the big timeline.
Oh, yeah.
And so the way you manage your time is very important to many people, I hope to you as well.
It is.
Because you want to...
them. Yeah, them. My bad, y'all.
You and, everybody out there, we hope you manage your time well enough to enjoy it.
Another key one I would like to speak on.
This is going to slap hard.
I know.
To a lot of people.
Mainly me.
Yes.
Learn to say no. Because you are literally giving and donating your time away of your life to someone else's life when you're saying yes to someone. Now, I'm saying you don't have to say no to everyone. There's people out there you need to say it. There's probably people out there that are getting said no to that needs yes to, that needs help in their life, that need intervention, that need help with mental illness, that, may be on the brink of suicidal ideations, that need to be spoke with. But there's also people that are like, hey, can you come over this Saturday and help put my, kids' playhouse together because I'm too lazy to do it. And a person like me would be like, yeah, sure, I'll come over. I'll help you out. No
realize your procrastination. You can do that yourself.
Yeah. That's something I've always had a problem with, is saying no. I mean, you can ask several people in my life that have told me, say, hey, you need to learn to tell them no. Like, it's not going to hurt their feelings. You're not going to offend them. And I feel like it always is. Like, whenever someone's coming to me for help, I feel like they came to me for a reason.
Yeah.
And me specifically. But in reality, most of the time, it's because they know I don't say no. So they always come back to me. It's like, oh, yeah, Jeremy will do it. He'll do anything.
See, that's why I probably do so much, is because I'm like, I don't want to ask somebody else to do something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll do it myself. And then people are like, why didn't you get help for that? It's like, I don't want to waste other people's time.
Exactly.
And it's like, I don't want to waste somebody else's time with doing this menial task that I can do, and then everybody can reap the benefits, of this thing that I've done. So saying no is very hard for a lot of people, because people are just, and that's a good thing. Maybe, with your time management, you're a giver of time. You want to donate as much time as possible to others. And that's not a bad thing either. But to those things and tasks that somebody else could do, like, menial tasks, like, hey, could you help me come cut this grass? Well,
no. I hate cutting grass. Feels up to me, everyone have concrete yards. If I was president.
God, it'd be hot as
I know. I wouldn't have to cut no grass, though. One more before we hit on some of the key notes here. Track your time spent. Kind of like going back on the stress. There's no reason to stress about time management, and there's no reason to spend too much time trying to manage your time, because then you might as well not have done it in the first place. If you're spending 6 hours of the day trying to write in your calendar and reorganize what's going to go on so you can get some stuff done, you're probably spending more time now than you were before you even started. So keep it short and sweet. Delegate your task. Figure out how they need to be prioritized. Quit volunteering yourself for so much stuff. Don't procrastinate. And don't stress about it. And then keep up with the time that you're spending on the things, the different tasks that you're doing. If you're coming home and spending 3 hours, you know, spot cleaning your bathroom when you could spend 30 minutes picking up your bathroom and wiping down some areas, and then, you know, spend the other time, you know, on your other tasks that you can mark off for the day.
Or with your family.
Or with your family, or, you know, anything, cutting grass, anything.
Making dinner or supper.
So, you know, jot that down. If it's not, if this is something you can't think of right off the top of your head, or just like keep it with a little internal clock, put it down in the same calendar that you're putting the task down. Completed cleaning the bathroom. Took longer than expected, you know, took 2.5 hours. And work, you know, next time you want to deep clean the bathroom, organize that whole task of doing the bathroom. Have your cleaning products in a certain area, or do this, you know, find the fastest way it took you, the most efficient to clean the bathroom. Try that again the next month. Jot your time down. Hey, I did it in 1 hour and 15 minutes. You know, I can do that. I can go spend my time with my kid, or I can go out to eat, whatever, you know.
Vacuum in the house. That's one of the things that I love / hate. Because I'm like, I know I'm going to vacuum the whole...
Satisfying, though.
It is. I know I'm going to vacuum the whole house, and I'm like, I know this usually takes me about 1 hour and 15 minutes to do everything in the house. So
yeah.
I'm going to try to do it as quick as possible, but as efficiently as possible.
Yeah.
Are any other tips or anything like that?
No. Not that I can think of.
Well, we hope that we didn't waste your time here.
Yeah,
I believe
we're trying to keep it in a timely manner.
Yeah. We always try to make sure, you know, what we do for y'all is
short, sweet, to the point.
And sometimes it is, and sometimes it isn't. But we appreciate everybody who listens to us. We appreciate everybody and all their support. And be on the lookout for some things. You know, if you are watching on YouTube, you may have seen something that my co-host is wearing. And
if you're not watching on YouTube, go and check it out and see what I'm wearing. And pay attention to some of the upcoming episodes of some of the other things that may be popping. And go to Instagram, comment on it. You may or may not get something out of it. If you do, if you can comment the differences between the episodes, let us know, and we'll let y'all know.
Yeah. So thank you again for listening to the Golden Spoon Podcast. I'm McCall.
And I'm Jeremy.
And we'll talk to y'all next time in a timely fashion.